Welcome to The Blueprint, the official podcast of Pafos FC, where we explore the stories and insights that make up the Pafos FC ecosystem while connecting the key figures who shape the journey of our club on and off the pitch. For our pilot podcast episode, we are excited to welcome the chairman of Pafos FC, Mr. Dubov. Roman, welcome to The Blueprint.
Thank you very much.
As you can see, we have a fantastic setup, fantastic location for our first podcast today.
Yes, big thank you for the Quarantina, our main sponsor. Not only as well to Quarantina, to every sponsor who helping us, to everyone who supporting the club. But for the Quarantina, it's a special one, and I think, maybe in this podcast I can give the insurance, that to the Quarantina, whatever it will happen, they will be always on our front of our shirt. They support us in the first day, and we like the journey together, and I think we will do it together for the many years ahead.
That's amazing. So let's dive right into it, and we begin our discussion. I think a topic that hasn't received a lot of promotion when it comes to you as a person, your experience, is your time in England. You have been fortunate enough to work in some huge clubs coming from the United Kingdom, along with some amazing industry people. If you can name a few of these people that you have the opportunity to work with and receive maybe some experience and some influence as a chairman, as a club CEO.
Yeah, it's right. I think, I have the big privilege to work in UK, in the Premier League, in the Championship, over my journey, I met so many, the good people, the very professional. It was the couple of people who make, the big step in and help in my life. The one of them, it's Sir Dave Richards. He is the chairman of ex-chairman of the English Premier League and the Sheffield Wednesday. He gave me, the main ideas how the football works, and what does the chairmans need to do. As well, I'm in a good relationship with the Daniel Levy, the chairman of Tottenham, who is, I can call my friend. We did, a lot of discussion about what we can do, as a chairman of the football clubs, and I think, his experience and his what he done, for Tottenham, it's unbelievable. From the small club, he made that, one of the best in the world, and he is always, excite me with his job. Steve Parish, as well, the owner of the Crystal Palace, he make, the big for the Crystal Palace. He took the club, when the club been in a bankruptcy, and bring them in the English Premier League, and make them, the one of the biggest club in London. That is the friends, and I think, that is the leaders who motivate me, to do something as a chairman here as well.
Wow. You've mentioned some great footballing people, some great football executives who have been with their clubs for many, many years, which shows the level of commitment and the level of work they've put into their clubs. Continuing on that and keeping in mind all of this experience and all of the influence you had the opportunity to receive by all these great and amazing industry people, what are your main takeaways in terms of your approach to football management, both on and off the field, being the chairman of a club that wants to excel and wants to do great things?
Yeah, the most important part, which when I learned from UK, that the football, it's not only the football, it's a big business, and you need to always, kill the fun inside of you to build the club. You need to have the different approach. It's not big things or small things. It's a complex of the problems. In a football club, and you need to manage. All the part. It's not only depends of the players, but it depends of every single aspects. How the grass is cut, how the TV production has been made, and many different things. And that is, the first things which when I learned in UK, the football, it's a big business.
Couldn't agree more. So continuing on this argument, you then transition from the UK, from England, coming to Cyprus. We just talked about some great industry people, some great chairmen and CEOs of football clubs. So now coming to Cyprus, obviously you are now in competition, if I can say that, with a much different industry, a different type of football CEO and football chairman that we are used to in Cyprus. And that being said, what is your relationship with the rest of the chairmen and CEOs of Cypriot football?
I will a little bit disagree with you because, you know, the football world, it's very small, you know, then everybody doing the same job, you know, it doesn't matter you in Pafos or you in Man United, your responsibility is still the same. Regarding the Cyprus presidents, the chairmen, you know, the CEO, I think I have the great relationship with all of them, you know, it's a more professional relationship than the personal. I have the couple of, you know, the personal one, which one I can say, you know, my friends, you know, but in general, you know, in the professional side, you know, I'm trying to share my opinion, you know, I see the colleagues, you know, they listen to me time to time, and I'm sure, you know, that it's a good opportunity to everyone, you know, to see the different way to run the football club, the different ways how to build a football club as well. But I have the good relationship, you know, and I think, you know, that it's the most important things in that relationship. It's a professional relationship. That's the good.
Most of the chairmen and CEOs of Cypriot football, specifically in the top teams of the first division, have been with their clubs for many, many years. How do you feel about new chairmen, new CEOs coming into Cyprus, new competitors? And I would like to ask you for one of these rumors that we've been hearing about a lot in the past few months, maybe years, about Evangelos Marinakis, for many years president of Olympiakos, perhaps the biggest team in Greece, and more recently going into the Premier League himself by being the owner, chairman of Nottingham Forest, which is a huge club. There's a lot of rumors around Mr. Marinakis and him buying or coming to Cyprus for one of the local football clubs. What can you say about this?
Okay, come back to the first part of the question. You know, of course, you know that I'm happy when, you know, the new investors, new chairmen, you know, new presidents came. You know, when there's new money come to the Cyprus. If it's make the competition better, why not? You know, I'm always, you know, like to have the competition. I like to have the challenge. That it's important for me, and I think, you know, that it's make the football better and more interesting, and that it's what we like, you know, in a football. Regarding the Marinakis, I think, you know, that he proved himself, you know, he knows the football. He did, you know, a lot for the Olympiakos, for the Nottingham Forest as well, you know. But the first I'm not really believe, you know, that it will happen. You know, that I have the good relationship with him, but I didn't ask him, you know, about that step. But if he will come, you know, it will be the competition. It will be more stronger. I'm not scared that one. You know, it's again, we have our own power. We on the way ahead, and that it's, you know, it will make us stronger. You know, that it's if it will happen, I will enjoy it.
Okay, so we talked about great industry people, great chairmen, great CEOs. Let's talk about great football players. I'm sure that throughout your career you had the opportunity to meet, to work with some amazing players. If you can single out some of these players, who would you think they are?
Yeah, it's from my past experiences was the numbers of the players who I work with, you know, who play for my teams, Crouch, Defoe, Liam Lawrence, you know, David James, you know, it was many of them, you know, and as well, I have the privilege, you know, to meet a lot of the top players, you know, the Roberto Carlos, Figo, Casillas, you know, the Salgado. I think, you know, that it's the point. But if you will ask me, you know, who in my dream, one player, which one I will be take to my team, you know, my favorite player was Guti. And, you know, sometime when I have the bad mood, you know, in the YouTube you can put and to watch, you know, the best of Guti, and you will see the 5 minutes of the enormous football which one this player been provided in the past.
Okay, to be honest, I agree with you. One of my favorite players as well. If you could pick one current football player, one current football star to bring to Pafos FC, who would it be?
Dream is a dream, you know, but it's the football team, it's not only to bring the best player, it's a complex, you need to have the balance in the changing room, balance in the salaries, balance in the performance. And sometimes the best player, they will not make the difference in the team. It's again the couple of options, which one I believe, everybody in the world will make a decision, Ronaldo or Messi. It's maybe in this time, I will prefer to take the Messi. 5 years ago, the Ronaldo. But okay, it's a dream. We need to concentrate on what we have now, then to make the squad better with the facilities what we have now.
Okay, so talking about the current team, as you said, and you mentioned the word balance. Obviously, our team has been doing a lot of development throughout the past years, and we now find ourselves in good position, if I may say. Are you satisfied with how the current Pafos team has developed, how it's performing?
I can say to you in the end of the season, if I'm satisfied or not. In every work, you have the place for improvement. I believe the team is good, but it's still, we're working every day, to make the team better, to find, the right formula to make the team and to not stay in the same place and to go up. We have the same experience couple of years. We don't want to make the same mistake, that we don't want to concentrate on the current situation. We're working and looking ahead, that we need to be better, and we're trying to do it.
So continuing on what you just said, when you are the club chairman, from time to time you need to make some tough decisions. Some of these tough decisions have to do with players who are departing the club, players who you decide not to continue with. How do you feel when you do that, when it's time to cut off a player that maybe has offered a lot to you and the team and has been with you for many years? How does it feel?
Chris, it's quite a tough question, because most of the players, they used to work, I work with the many players, they still my friends till now, but sometimes I need to make the decision, then all that decision is to make the club better, to improve the squad, to improve the team. And that it's, the decision which one I need to do, with how to say, the strict and strong, that sometimes it's painful for myself, but that is a part of the football, that the players come and go, and if you work harder, if you will improve yourself, you will stay. If not, then it's time, to change something. But as I said, every time when the players come, then the coach is the same, for our team. I said, that I will be always up front of you, to take the bullets, but I will be the first who will say to you, thank you very much and bye-bye, and I'm always open and honest, and that it's a part of the football.
So talking about player recruitment and player selection, in terms of who the club signs or who the club decides to let go, can you tell us a bit more about that procedure, about who makes this kind of decisions, or what is the thought process behind making all these decisions regarding the recruitment of players?
Yeah, in the current stage, last couple of years, 2-3 years, we create the system, where we don't have any one person who is the responsible for that. It's everything, the collective decision. The first it's a scout, the data analyst watching the players, then scouts watch the players, then chief scout, then the sporting director, and it's a final stage. It's come, to decision of the 5 people, and if all 5, they decide, the yes, then yes. It's my voice is the same like Rodolfo, that if we agreed all of us, then it works, it means, that we doing all together, that we look in all markets, around the world, to make the team better. And, we're trying to make the collective decision, okay, I am a little bit control this process, but, I'm not making the decision, who will stay or not. It's a decision of the whole club.
Again, continuing on the topic of players, I think it will be wrong for me not to ask about a specific player, specific situation that we've been having in the club this past few months. A situation that there's a lot of rumors, a lot of discussions for, in the press and amongst football fans. And I'm talking about our football player, Joseph Vita. Is there anything you can mention about the situation?
Look like, you're still working for Apollon. Yeah, it's again not for the Pafos. But okay, as I said in the previous message, Joseph, it's a part of our club. He got white and blue color in his blood. And I think he is still our player. He is our asset. And he is the member of the club. And he is the member of the Pafos family. Whatever that we're saying, whatever anyone saying in the media, that is the wrong. Joseph, it's a part of the club. But whatever it's happened in the family, inside of the family, it must to stay inside of the family. We're trying to support. We're trying to find a solution. But currently, the Joseph, our player, and he will stay with us until we will make any future decision.
Okay. So we talked about players. Now it's time to talk about coaches, about football managers. Again, you have quite an impressive career, quite an impressive resume, and I'm sure you had the opportunity to work and meet a lot of great coaches. Also, during your tenure with Pafos, we've had a lot of different coaches working for the club. You as the chairman, do you keep in touch with all the coaches you work for? And who would you single out, or who do you remember and you would like to share some interesting facts or an interesting, let's say, story about your experience with coaches in general?
I'm in touch with most of the coaches, not most, with everyone. I think, as I said before, we have the long way together, sometime, that we fight behind the closed door, but I'm always, until the coach in the club, he is our best coach. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Is it Stephen Presley, the Henningberg, I'm always trying to protect and to help them. I'm still in a good relationship with them, but as I said, I first who bring them here, and I'm the last who say them, thank you very much. All of them, they was the great coaches. I cannot say, they will make any mistake, there was any coaches. Yes, they maybe came, in a different time for the club, but all of them, they bring a lot of, the positivity, to this club. They develop us, to the next level. And, I want to say thank you very much for all of them. But if we're saying, who I got, the better relationship, probably our first coach, Luka Elsner, very often, he proved himself after us, that he been in France, in the League One, he been in Belgium in the top clubs, and I believe, he got, the bigger future ahead. We're still in a good relationship. Very often, that I'm asking his advice, he asking my advice. I'm in a good relationship with Stephen Presley. It's again the Kopic, even, that I'm helping him sometime, in his new jobs, I'm trying to get the contact with everyone, it's, as I said, it's a part of the football. The coaches come and go, but relationship is still there. Yeah.
Cypriot football. Traditionally, Cyprus is not seen as a football powerhouse. However, you yourself as the chairman of this club and the club in general, through its vision and what it has been doing in the past few years, it is evident that it's very important for us to develop the football in our region, develop Cypriot players, and we find ourselves now having one very successful academy. And again, it's evidence of how important the development of local football is for Pafos. What can you share with us about your vision for the academy?
Yeah, of course, it's when I remember the time when we came here, it was completely different time, for the academy. And one of my first agenda, I said, in one day we must have the best academy in the country. And we're coming to that way, that maybe we're not there yet, but we already, the proof, in the infrastructure, in the coaching staff, in the result of the under-19 when we win, the 2 championships in a row. It's we on that way. Of course, I want to have, the more Cypriot players. As I said before, somewhere interview, I'm really, the belief, in the 2 things, in the next 5 years, you know, in the first team, you know, we will have the couple of players from our academy. And I believe, you know, in the 5 years, you know, we will have some players who will play in the tops as well. You know, we're trying to bring, you know, the better level of the coaches, but that is our agenda. Of course, the problem is, you know, that the Pafos region, it's not big, you know, we're not doing, let's say, selection. We take, you know, everyone, you know, but I think, you know, with the right approach, you know, there was more attention, you know, that we will be, you know, the best academy, you know, in the next couple of years.
Okay, so now we change things a bit and we are coming back to you personally. I think it's a very interesting topic, the topic of being chairman, being responsible for a football club. Can you describe a day in the life of Mr. Roman Dubov, chairman of Pafos FC?
Somewhere, I want to be somewhere on the beach in a quarantine, but sometimes it doesn't work. Of course, you know that it depends of the day of the week. You know, I have the different agenda for myself. You know, the Monday, usually I have the meeting with the all heads of the different departments in the club. Then I have the lunch with the head coach. You know, when after 48, 72 hours after the game, when we can discuss with the cold, how to say, with the more calm, you know, the situation about what we did, you know, the wrong or what we did right, you know, in the last game, you know, we're planning, you know, what to do, what we can improve, you know, then everything. As well, you know, every Monday, 5 o'clock, you know, the head of scouting providing me, you know, the report for the whole Europe, you know, for the young players and not young and mature players who we potentially can look, you know, every week they must provide me, you know, for the whole European and South American Championship. Usually I'm going on a training session as well. I have the lunch with the sporting director as well. We are updating, you know, what we can do over the week. Usually I have the 2-3 times meeting with the players, you know, see what's going on there. It's a 24 hours work, you know, that you need to be, if you come as a chairman, you need to commit yourself, you know, to that work, you know, for the long time. I'm happy, it's a time consuming, you know, but I'm happy to get that type of the job, you know, and I think, you know, that for the young generation, I can say to them, you know, that if you really like football, you know, that you're thinking about that way, it's all achievable.
So as you just described, it's a pretty time-consuming schedule. Keeping this in mind, do you find personal time to do leisure activities? For instance, do you play any sports or so?
Yeah, of course, you know, that it's maybe not as I wish, you know, but as well, you know, every Thursday in the club, you know, our management playing football, it's a rules, it's must, it's compulsory, you know, everybody must to be there, you know, I'm joining them very often. Myself, my sport, it's ice hockey. I play ice hockey many years, you know, this year I play, you know, in Japan, in Dubai, in Armenia, in the different countries, you know, I'm trying to find the time to go with my friends, you know, then to do it. Playing, you know, the chess, table tennis as well, you know, in the past, you know, I make the jokes, you know, with the players. I say, and if anyone will beat me, you know, in the table tennis, I will pay double bonuses. Until now, nobody did that, you know, but sometimes I'm looking, you know, that they improved, you know, that maybe I will not do that anymore. Yeah, it's, of course, you know, it's not a lot of time, you know, but I'm trying to find the time, you know, to do something for myself.
Okay, so thank you for today's discussion. But before we end our episode, if you would like to make a comment or share some thoughts about the future of Pafos FC, and your vision for the club as the chairman.
Our plan, you know, to be one of the best clubs in Cyprus, to have the best infrastructure, best academy, you know, and to be on the top of the Cyprus football, to be the leaders here, and to improve every single aspects of the club, you know. But that it's your job, my job, you know, the job of everyone around us. The same, you know, the idea is, you know, to not only, you know, be good in Cyprus, but to develop ourselves in the European football, to develop ourselves, in the world map of the football, and to stay there as long as possible, and to be there, not just the passenger, to be there, like one of the real participants. That's important. And to finish your interview, I can say, once again, thank you very much for every fan, who support us, that it's very important for us. We know, what you want. We're on the same page. We want the same things, we want the club to be successful. We want to grow up, together, and I'm sure we will do it.
Thank you, Roman. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next episodes of the Blueprint official podcast of Pafos FC. Thank you.